Squad member from Michigan, Democrat, member of Congress Rashida Talib, facing strong criticism for her delayed response to the Hamas terrorist attacks on Israel, which have claimed the lives of, well, hundreds of Israelis and more. Body count now at better than 1,200. We have no idea, actually. It's happening so fast. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared war on Hamas, as you know, the first war declaration in 50 years, not since 1973. Talib issued a statement after pressure from media outlets expressing grief for both Palestinian and Israeli lives lost, but blamed the ongoing violence on the United States and our support for Israel. She wrote this: "I grieve for the Palestinian and Israeli lives lost yesterday, today, and every day." She continued, "I am determined as ever to fight for peace," but continued with, "The path to that future must include lifting the blockade, ending the occupation, and dismantling the apartheid system that creates the suffocating, dehumanizing conditions that can lead to resistance. The failure to recognize the violent reality of living under siege, occupation, and apartheid makes no one safer." Of course, it's not apartheid. Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. She, of course, doesn't care about that. She is a Hamas supporter, probably celebrating what's happened for real. Talib blames the U.S. for providing billions to fund the ethnic cleansing and apartheid government, as she calls it. Israeli news outlets are reporting the unprovoked Hamas attack has killed at least 700 Israelis, 44 soldiers among them, a number of Americans too, at least 9. That number will grow. Gaza reporting more than 313 people killed, including 20 kids, with more than 2,000 people wounded on both sides. It's a horrible war, and she blames her own country. Disgusting. Harvard Palestinian Solidarity Group has released a statement placing the blame of the Hamas attacks on Israel, of course. A joint statement from 31 pro-Palestine groups had this: "The undersigned student organizations firmly placed blame on the Israeli regime for the ongoing violence, emphasizing the attack is rooted in 2 decades of Palestinians living as if in an open-air prison. The statement claims Palestinians are facing threats of escalated aggression, with the apartheid regime," there it is again, "solely responsible for their enduring suffering. The group is urging the Harvard community to take a strong stand against this colonial relationship," as they say it. The former director of social media for the New York Police Department, Yael Bar-Tur, posted in response on X this: "This is the final crack in my broken heart. A joint statement from Harvard students. I could be sitting in class with these students, watching children brutally murdered, raped, kidnapped, and their mutated bodies torn apart by a jeering crowd, and hear why it's justified." Tur continued, "Even Hamas doesn't believe these talking points. These are the same students who think words are violence. I'm so ashamed. I'm done. Sick to my stomach." Harvard has not condemned the statement so far. Of course, they're cowards, so they remain silent. The iconic firearm manufacturer Smith & Wesson has relocated from Massachusetts to Tennessee, a state that actually supports the Second Amendment. CEO Mark Smith highlighted Tennessee's more lenient gun laws compared to Massachusetts. The new headquarters in Maryville, Tennessee, spans 650,000 square feet and was a $125 million relocation project. The Giffords Law Center, founded by former Arizona Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords, has spearheaded an anti-Second Amendment campaign giving Massachusetts an A and Tennessee an F, and nobody cares. Smith & Wesson have been based in Massachusetts since 1852, 170 years. Smith expressed optimism at the grand opening, stating, quote, "From where I stand, the next 170 years of Smith & Wesson are looking pretty good. It is something special here in Tennessee. Tennessee has relaxed gun restrictions under GOP leadership, allowing adults 21 and older to carry handguns without a permit after passing background checks and training." There you have it. Go to a red state, find the Constitution still being respected. What an idea. We'll get back to the news after this quick break and a message from our sponsor, Birch Gold. Last month, the G20 announced a plan to impose digital currencies and digital IDs on their respective populations. Central bank digital currencies essentially allow the government to track every purchase you make. It could even allow officials to prohibit you from purchasing certain products or easily freezing or seizing part or all of your assets. That's right, your money could be theirs. In essence, they enable the government to take more control over your finances, or complete control, as it were. concerned Americans are diversifying their assets into physical gold, which can be done with Birch Gold Group. If you want a physical asset held in a tax-sheltered retirement account, you should call Birch Gold yourself. But learn for yourself by texting America to 989898, and they'll send you a free information kit on gold. The easiest way to become a Birch Gold customer? Well, let me tell you, if you have an IRA or 401k from a previous employer just gathering dust, Birch Gold can help you convert it into an IRA in gold, and you don't pay a penny out of pocket. Text America, 989898. Claim your free information kit on gold, then call them, because if digital currency becomes reality, it'll be nice to have some gold to fall back on, wouldn't it? Yes, it would. All right, coming up after the break, we'll have a story that reminds us of how wonderful America is, plus your answers to our America's Voice question of the day. How should Israel respond to the attacks by Hamas? I've got some ideas. We'll be back.